No, I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to smack it raw.
Following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the host are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Smackin' Raw podcast, episode 199. I am your host, the Warden, Matt Ritter, back after his birthday. Not Phil. He is the Pornhub Poppy, Daddy Delgado himself. Vince, what's going on?
Phil is home.
Yeah,
because apparently that's my fucking name, Matt.
Dude, no idea why that happened, how that I had a bad week last week with names. Like I had a rough week.
No. It's totally fine. I didn't take it any kind of way, and it was kind of funny because in high school I had a friend of mine that would call me Phil because I love CM Punk and he loved Edge, so I would call him Adam and he called me Phil. So it totally fucking worked for whatever reason.
Okay, so, I'm glad it worked, but that's fucking weird.
It was weird. He started doing it, so then I called him Adam. You know, it was just kind of like. It was a weird thing. It was a weird.
I love Stone Cold and Travis loved The Rock, but he didn't call me Steve, and I didn't call him Dwayne. Like,
it would have been funny though. It would have been funny if you started calling him Dwayne. Matter of fact, please on the 200th episode, call him Dwayne just to throw him off.
Well, we did not come alone. From the pits of Pennsylvania, a host who goes by many names, including KDW. The kinder caretaker, the godmother, and her hoe train. Do not call her Katie Vick. She is the revolving door through which you can see the third rock from the sun. From the Smacked Raw podcast, Katie, baby.
Hey, babe.
Wow. I have my own theme music now.
Well, I switched it up.
I was just like, what the fuck is happening?
I did it the last time you were on too, because I have to one up, the yin or the yang to your yin, the other half of the IWC.
Of course. Oh yeah, wait, is that the first time you brought that up on this?
What are you talking about? The IWC is the internet wrestling community, and I have no idea what you're talking about.
Fair. All right.
I'm completely lost. I'm just watching
everything. As you should be.
That is the way I like it. I try and keep people lost. And yet somehow people always find out the intricacies of the jokes that I make and all the inside stuff that I just try and keep between me and a couple other people. It always gets ruined, like Kindercare or Kinderboy.
Well, like that's just my last name. That
now the whole world knows. And you know what else the whole world knows? That it is Pride Month, and we are proud to have you here as a representative because you just recently did a very brave thing and came out. And as you know, everyone, all of your friends here on Twitter from the Smack Raw podcast, from Young Kings Wrestling, and us here at Smackin' Raw, we're very supportive and proud of you for doing so and being so brave. So we're happy to have you here for Pride Month.
Thanks. I mean, it wasn't like a plan to come out. I ended up going to Pride because that was last weekend. And I said, fuck it. I mean, I've known for a while, and like some people knew. It wasn't like public. I mean, Matt knew. Like a few people did, but I never was just like adamant about it.
I was gonna say, you, me, and Reek, after one of the podcasts, we had a talk, and you would let us know that you were bi, and we didn't care. Like for me, love is love. Like love who you want, how you want, whatever way you want. Like I don't discriminate. I support the LGBTQ plus community in all shapes and forms. Like do what makes you happy, as long as you're not an asshole, as long as you're not a racist, as long as you're not a piece of shit, like just do your thing and be happy. That's all I want.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't even find out. I'm finding this out as we're doing the podcast because I haven't been on social media whatsoever. So wow, this.
You run our fucking Instagram. What have
Hey,
you been doing? Like, that's all you've got to do to promote the show is do the IG. That's it.
that's what I do. I do like a weekly post to promote the newest episode. I'll put like a meme or something that you shared on the Instagram page, and that's about it. I get in and out.
You need to do better. I need you hammering that Instagram out.
I gotta hammer it,
I almost got us 5K followers on Twitter.
which is very, very good.
It took me
Very,
4 years, but well, probably less than 4 years because just so everyone knows, one of the other reasons that Katie is here is just in case she cannot make it next week for our 200th episode because she is going on vacation. We wanted to give her a chance to be here and celebrate with us just in case. But next Friday is our 200th episode. And coincidentally, Wednesday will be the 4-year anniversary of the very first episode we recorded. And then the 21st will be the 4-year anniversary of when our first episode was released. So we're coming up on our 4-year anniversary along with our 200th episode. Really cool week here at the Smackin' Raw podcast, at least for me, because I was here for all of it. Everyone else just kind of comes and fucking goes. So,
I'm just happy to be involved.
yeah.
Like I said, I'm gonna try my damnedest to be on the 200th episode because that was originally the plan. Because you told me it was supposed to be this week first, and then you forgot how to count, and then
Yeah, I don't know how to read a calendar. The fuck? I told everyone this week, and then I had to go back and tell everyone, oh, hey, I fucked up because Vince let me know, like, hey, you're an idiot and didn't read the calendar right.
That was Reek, actually. I don't want to take credit for that. Reek is the one person that likes to pinpoint your mistakes and
He does it
blast
for
them
me
all over
too.
social media. Yeah, he does it all over the place.
He likes to call me out because I don't know how to count either, so it's fine. Now.
That's okay. I gave Katie a better intro than he has so far, so
That's very true. That's very true.
suck it, Reek. Speaking of Reek and Young Kings Wrestling, as always, guys, we ask you guys to go support Young Kings Wrestling with their merch over at whatamaneuver.com. The link is at Matt Ritter. That is at MATTRIDDER. It is my pinned tweet. It'll get you over there to get those awesome Black Lives Matter shirts in the NWO style. I know that TC has been talking about releasing an NWO Wolfpack one, which means I will be getting another one. I know Vince has got hoodies. Katie, you got shirts. I got shirts. And all of that money that we donated and everyone else that supports them donates goes into a fund that is then distributed for a good cause and put directly into the hands of the people affected by tragedy. So it's not going to make videos. It's not going to, people's pockets. It's going directly to the families that are affected by these tragedies. So please go support them and get yourself a badass shirt while you're at it. They ask you to do it every week, and Black Lives still matter. I don't know if you knew that, but they do.
Yeah,
They do.
definitely. I mean, it's getting hot out. Might as well go ahead and cop like the tank top thing.
Yeah, get yourself a tank top.
I mean, I don't have the muscles or the body for it, but maybe I can build a summer body for it.
It's a little late to build a summer body for the summer.
It's literally summer, Vince.
For next summer. I'm
just
starting
gonna,
the year in advance.
I'm gonna have to get a second one so I can cut the sleeves off it for the summer, and then
There
I
you
can post workout pics like Reek.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Out here trying to like look like Bobby Lashley with the suits and stuff.
I'm trying to.
Trying. Keyword is trying.
Ooh.
He's getting there.
I can't wait till he's here next week. I'm just gonna let him lay into you.
I hope I get to at least witness the.
That doesn't sound consensual. I don't approve of that.
Oh, you're fine.
Well, let's get into news and rumors this week. First and foremost, Twitter's fucking stupid. So Vince asked me like right when he got on the call, how you feeling about Tommy End? And it's been a week, and I'm like, dude, I was fine with it last week. Like I was excited for his future. All these rumors that WWE might bring him back are pissing me off. But what pissed me off more than anything is all of you people on the internet that got mad at him for his experience and sharing his experience in the WWE and not being upset about it. Like that you weren't mad that you were mad that he wasn't mad, like that he genuinely enjoyed his experience in the WWE and was happy for everything. And then you guys got all pissed off and like, the fuck?
Didn't that start from Carl Anderson too? Just saying like enough with like the thank you WWE
Man,
after he got released.
Fuck Machine Gun Carl Anderson and that bullshit. Like, again, I just want people to be happy and do them. If that's how Tommy End wants to address his career, cool. If Carl Anderson wants to be like, fuck WWE, they're pieces of shit, cool. I'm not one of those people that's like, no, you shouldn't say that, or no, you shouldn't do this. You should. Tommy didn't want to burn bridges. That's probably what it was. Like, he wanted to make sure that should he want to go back, or WWE offered that, like, there weren't any burnt bridges, he was good to go back. He enjoyed his time there. I'm sure he wanted to finish some shit. So, like, let him do his thing.
Yeah, for sure. And then again, like, it didn't go according to plan, but maybe he was just very optimistic about it. Maybe he did have people in his corners. Like, sometimes you could be in the shitty job, but like the coworkers and like the staff you're working with, and just acknowledge that, yeah, things weren't handled as best they could, but I enjoyed my experience there nonetheless. It wasn't the best, but I enjoyed my experience. I can personally say that myself. So, more power to him. If he, it also too, it doesn't really help to be kind of bitter or upset about a situation. It's gonna make yourself worse. Just kind of like accept things where they're at, just be at peace with it, and you'll be better off.
Also, what part of what you've seen from Aleister Black and his demeanor in interviews and things like that made you think like he was going to be the guy that was going to come out and shit on WWE? Like, he always seems a really relaxed, like, zen, chill fucking guy. Like, he's got a hot wife, he's doing the thing that he loves. Exactly. Like, he doesn't really give a fuck. Like, he's going to go wrestle. He knows his self-worth. He knows he's going to find a place to go do what he loves. So if WWE doesn't want to let him do it, he'll just go somewhere else and do it. Like, he just wants to wrestle.
Exactly. So, yeah. I'd be chill too if I looked like a total badass like him and I had a hot wife like Selena Vega. Like, he's living the life. He's winning in the life, honestly. And also too, I remember way back when he first went up to main roster, him like cleaning the locker room or whatever, and then Roman had to go up to him and be like, "No, you don't have to do that kind of stuff." Like, he just kind of has like this mentality where he like paying his dues and has respect for the people that have been there longer than him, even though he's been wrestling longer than guys like Roman. He just comes off as a respectable guy.
I didn't think about it till you said it, but that's probably why I'm so chill, is because I look like a total badass and have a hot wife as well. So
there you go.
Sense. Shotzi Blackheart is hurt. So Raquel Gonzalez, Giant Gonzalez, smashed her up, smashed her around, and now she is out injured. Probably to write her off TV for this injury. If we want to peel back the curtain a little bit. I'm sad that I'm not going to see Shotzi, but I am super excited for when she returns. She's going to get one hell of a pop, at least from me. So get better, Shotzi. We love you. I miss the tank.
We all miss the tank.
They announced that SummerSlam is going to be in Vegas, and TC is doing his damnedest to try and get a party out there in Vegas. I unfortunately will not be able to go because my wife has let me know that while she loves me and trusts me, she does not want me alone in Vegas while she stays at home with the baby. And I do not blame her, given my track record. Not in our relationship, just in general.
In general.
Just in general.
I've heard the track record. I understand.
I have yet to hear this track record.
Well, that's because you left. So, like,
that's your fucking fault. I need sleep, damn it.
You left for story
sleeps
time.
For the week, Vincente. It's your fault.
You left for story time. You missed out on all of it.
Yeah, you did.
I'm a much better person now, but also I would not want to go to Vegas without my wife and just leave her home with the baby. That's not fair to her. So I will not be going to SummerSlam in Vegas. Leo Rush retired. He literally just, I believe, signed a contract with New Japan, had his debut in the Double or Nothing Casino Battle Royal. And then, I guess there was an injury, nothing really serious, but kind of scared him. And I guess he decided he'd rather stay home and spend time with his family and, not kill himself. So he is officially retired for now. We know how retirements go in wrestling, but for now.
I mean, he's still relatively young. He's like 26. I wouldn't be surprised to see him in like 5 years' time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, he retired for now. Like, for now, he's taking a break, wants to heal up, do whatever, and I support that. Just crazy that, like, after all this time, he's finally getting somewhere, and then it's like, well, hit the brakes.
Yeah.
Last but not least, and probably the biggest news we got all week, Mickie James will be executive producing an NWA all-women's pay-per-view. Nice. And I want to advocate to everyone listening to this podcast to buy this pay-per-view. And this is why. Do not illegally stream it unless you absolutely do not have the means to pay for this pay-per-view. But we need to support this idea and these women. So by purchasing the pay-per-view reputably, they get the views, they get the money, and it will prove WWE wrong, who repeatedly told Mickey James that all women's pay-per-views don't sell, that Evolution had the lowest was the lowest watch pay-per-view in WWE history, which I don't believe. Like show WWE that women's wrestling, which also Triple H had some comments about this week that people were not happy about, is a viable option, and people will watch an all women's pay-per-view. And the only way to do that is to actually purchase the pay-per-view. If you watch it illegally, they're not going to see the views, they're not going to get the revenue. It's not supporting the idea. So please go, if you have the means, support this, buy this pay-per-view. I'm sure it'll be damn good. I am on Twitter trying to push for Camille versus Britt Baker versus Deonna Purrazzo as the main event, because I think that would be an awesome main event with all three women's champions from three companies coming together and beating the living shit out of each other. So yeah, definitely check that out, and I'm excited for that. That's really fucking cool.
That sounds really fun. Like, I honestly loved Evolution, and here in Chicago we have Rise Women's Wrestling and Shimmer Wrestling, which is a full on like women's wrestling promotions, which you seen people like Ruby Wright come in, Shayna Baszler and others just go through Chicago. So I love it. I've always been a big fan of women's wrestling, and if I don't have to work that day, then I'll definitely go ahead and fork over my money for that pay-per-view.
I believe it's at the end of August, so I'm really hoping that it coincides with the end of the 90-day clauses, especially for like Ruby Riott.
Yes.
I don't know if Lana will compete, but maybe Santana Garrett, so that we can get these women on the pay-per-view. That would be awesome. I know the Iconics will be ready to go at that point.
Yeah.
Obviously Mickey. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see what they put on. It'll be the first NWA pay-per-view I've ever purchased, and I'm doing it specifically for women's wrestling. So
hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I just hope they don't do something stupid, like go ahead and like bring a certain like daughter of Tully Blanchard in there and try to like do that. I hope they don't do that though.
I mean, I haven't heard anything about her. You know, Tessa's name has not come up or been on the radar in a long time. I have no idea where she is or what the fuck she's doing, but she's not working with Impact. She's not working with AEW. She's not working, you know, Japan.
She's not working anywhere.
Yeah, so
don't put that evil out in the universe, Vince. The fuck?
I'm just saying. I'm sorry.
If it happens, I'm blaming Vince.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Oh man. Okay, fine. I'll take that blame.
It'll be like reverse Sheamus.
Reverse Sheamus.
Yeah, where Vince called Sheamus mid at best, and then Sheamus basically wiped his dick with Vince's face, and now you know Vince is a Sheamus stan. Now he's gonna put that.
That will happen when the dick gets wiped all over your face. You know, like that's just a thing that happens.
I've never had a dick wiped on my face, and I guarantee if I did, I would not sub immediately.
You would if it was Alistair.
No, I wouldn't.
Stop it.
I would not.
That's cap.
No.
That's cap.
I mean, I stand Alistair without having him wipe his dick on my face. If he did, him and I might have some problems.
Okay, fair enough.
Katie, where do you want to start? Raw, SmackDown, NXT, or AEW? We can do AEW if you want, because Vince didn't watch it, so it'll just be you and me, and then Vince kind of chime in.
I had it playing actually, because I found out that it was like right after SmackDown, so I immediately turned to TNT on Dynamite.
Oh shit!
And I wasn't paying attention to most of the match because I was doing some cleaning.
Sounds weird.
But I got it like enough to like be able to like add to this, at least more than Katie added to that horror podcast.
Oh, now we're taking shots.
How fucking dare you?
If you're gonna take shots at me. I'm the one that called you out for not watching AEW the last 2 weeks.
I know. Shots are being thrown in all directions.
Anyway, Katie, where would you like to go?
Well, let's start with SmackDown, because I didn't get to watch it because I was packing, because I leave in like 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Jesus, the commitment.
Hopefully we get this podcast done before you gotta leave.
Oh yeah, we'll be fine.
We kick it off with Roman and the Usos and more of their drama. I'm not going to get into specifics because I'm sure this is something we'll swallow, and then we'll talk more about it. We got KO, Big E defeating Sami Zayn and Apollo. Then Apollo challenges KO and Big E to a rematch next week without Sami, says Sami's the reason they lost. Sami runs his mouth, gets a Nigerian nail, and next week we're going to get KO and Big E versus versus Apollo and General Aziz. Chad got the tag match canceled, tells Street Profits, hey, you know, it's cool, everything's fine. They talk a little bit of shit about Otis. Chad's like, all right, well, if you're going to talk shit about my friend, let's do a singles match. Dawkins and Ford argue. Ford gets the match. No tag partners at ringside. And then as Gable's walking away, he says, by the way, Otis is still angry. More Uso stuff. Carmella, who is apparently the most beautiful woman in WWE, loses to Liv Morgan, but is still the most beautiful woman in WWE. We got a ding dong hello segment with Seth and Bailey. They talk about Blanca and laugh. Bailey taking over the Thunderdome and laugh. Cesaro being hurt and laugh. Then Cesaro shows up, rings the doorbell, whoops Seth's ass. Go check out my Twitter. I put an awesome post up. It's also on our Instagram.
Yeah. There you go. See,
I'm
active.
Seth loses the tuxedo match. He is stripped down to his, I guess they're not tighty whities, his briefs. And then as Bailey's trying to salvage the wreckage, Bianca comes out and just laughs at Bailey. We get a promo from Ray. He's very upset with Roman over Roman beating his child up, says he's going to call Roman out later tonight because Roman hits kids. Ford defeats Gable by DQ. Otis takes out Dawkins backstage, then comes to the ring, causes the DQ, and beats the living shit out of the Street Profits with a new shaved face, which is scary as fuck to look at. Corbin loses to Nakamura again. They fight over the crown again. Buggs gets the crown back for Nakamura again. And next week, apparently it's 2-2. We are going to get a battle for the crown in the 5th and hopefully fucking final match made by Sonya and Adam Pearce, who I guess are getting along again. So they just kind of dropped that whole like tension thing, and I'm not happy about it. We get some more stuff with Jimmy J and Roman in the Usos locker room. And then Ray calls Roman out, says he acknowledges that Roman is a rat bastard for various reasons. Ray wants to fight in Hell in a Cell, attacks Roman with a kendo stick that he magically pulled out of his ass. Roman gets the better of him. Dom comes down and gets murdered because Roman also murders children. He hits them and then murders them. Do not, I repeat, do not allow your Make-A-Wish child to request Roman Reigns to come visit because he does not give a fuck about these kids. What would you guys like to swallow from SmackDown this week?
Go ahead, Katie.
I mean, all the Bloodline stuff still, even if I don't watch it, it's still like the best thing in wrestling right now, especially for WWE's sake.
So we got Roman basically shaming Jay about his brother, saying, I know you fell in line. I know you know what's up, but does your brother know what's up? And then Jimmy comes out while they're sitting back there having this conversation and just starts running his mouth about how they were going to win the titles, which they weren't, by the way. They were about to lose. Roman saved their asses. And I want to be very clear on that, Jimmy. You were not winning those titles. You were about to lose, and Roman saved you. Neither here nor there. He blames Roman for their loss, says they were going to win, blah, 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 blah. Roman is not happy about this. Basically sends Jay to kind of go handle shit because the family was embarrassed. Jay and Jimmy have a little back and forth where Jimmy's like, you thought we were going to win, right? Yeah. So why is he getting involved? Why is he ruining this for us? Blah, blah, blah. And basically, Jey Uso is stuck in between his brother and his cousin as they fight for custody of Jey Uso. Where does his loyalty lie, with his brother or his cousin? With
Custody
the man,
of Jey Uso match at SummerSlam. That's where we're going.
Does your loyalty lie with the man that you squeezed out of your mother's vagina with, or the man that beat you into submission and made you his bitch? What is stronger? Jay comes back and tells Roman, hey, I talked to Jimmy, and Jimmy said if you want to see him, you can see him in our locker room. And then Roman laughs and he's like, you mean Roman's cousin's locker room? Your locker room? Yeah, okay. Roman does go visit him, and then they fight, and Jay gets mad because they're fighting over him. Roman cuts one hell of a promo, and then he gets called out by Rey Mysterio. So no, the Bloodline stuff, like you said, has been fucking fantastic. Like, they've done a great job with this. I love everything that Roman's fucking doing.
Yeah.
I normally am like, normally I'd be like, why are you involved in two feuds? Why do you have two? But like, he's so good right now that I don't even care. Like, continue to beat on the child and the father who's the size of a child while also fucking up your family. Like, just fuck families up, Roman.
Seems to be his motto right now.
Yeah.
Bama Dave was super mad that I referred to Dominic as a child last week.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, he was.
So I'm going to continue to refer to Dominic as a child because I enjoy it. And
I mean,
enjoy,
it's funny.
I enjoy the narrative. I mean, Dominic's what, your age? You guys are about the same age. I believe he's 24.
Yeah, if he's 24, then yeah, I'm also 24.
So I don't necessarily view you as a child.
Mhm.
Because if I did, you wouldn't be on Pornhub right now.
True.
That would be a problem. But I enjoy the narrative of saying Roman beats up children, specifically one child, a child that we watched grow up, a child that we watched them fight for custody over, a child that we watched betray his father at one point and run to Eddie Guerrero. And also, Young Kings Wrestling is very high on the fact that Rey Mysterio was still the worst father of the year. And he's not doing any better. So he let Dominic come out and get power bombed out of the fucking ring.
Yo,
saw
that was
that.
wild.
He got yeeted.
Yeah, I caught that.
out of the fucking ring. It was fantastic.
One
cool.
of the few perks of being in the Thunderdome with no fans. I feel like you can't get away with that with fans. And
Mhm.
if you want to go and take a shot at like the Blood and Guts match, how the angle of the Jericho fall versus the angle of this, just the angle in general just makes it look more.
Oh yeah, they yeeted him off screen, so if there was a crash pad, you couldn't see that he landed on a crash pad.
Mhm.
Exactly.
They do that all the time with the Thunderdome, like throwing someone over the barricade.
Oh, they did it when they were in the PC with Elias. Remember when Elias fell from the fucking balcony and Vince was like, "Oh, hey, I'll do it," and Vince jumped off the fucking
Oh
balcony
yeah.
on the crash pad. Yeah, they do that shit. It's all about camera angles. It's all about how you film it.
Yeah, exactly. So get better with the camera angles.
What else are we swallowing from SmackDown outside of the bloodline and the murder of children?
I want to take a small little swallow of the Chad Gable Montez Ford match because I thought that was a really good match. Chad Gable looked fantastic.
Listen, the story's actually growing on me now. Like I'm with you. I'll swallow that whole thing because at first I didn't care. It's like, okay, Street Profits and Gable and Otis, this is stupid. But they've told a really good story. And it really baffles me how enjoyable 2 hours of SmackDown can be, yet how hard 3 hours of Raw can be. Like, at least if Raw gave me 2 good hours and the last hour was like, fuck. But like all 3 hours of Raw are always really fucking hard to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But SmackDown for 2 hours outside of one or two things, like really fucking good. Like I'm basically going to swallow this whole show. Including this. And again, even though I don't like Otis's fucking face without a beard, like angry Otis fucking up the Street Profits was great.
Yeah. It was. I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought he fucking looked like a badass. And he didn't look like I could actually take him seriously. Like, okay, he's a legit threat now.
Mm-hmm.
He's shaking off a little bit of like that old like Otis and Tucker like tag team heavy machinery vibe he had.
Yeah.
Took him a minute, but he's finally shaking that off.
I agree. Well, the Angle podcast tweeted out about how Otis's last year has been like a drunken night out where like it starts out really nice. Like he won Money in the Bank. Everything was going good. He had a girlfriend. Then he broke up with his best friend. They fought. He kind of disappeared for a little bit. When he showed back up, he had new friends. He was really angry. Now he's just picking fights with people. Like it's like a drunken night out, and I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm also going to swallow that ding dong hello segment because even though Bailey's laugh annoys me, Cesaro showing up at the door and Seth's face and then having his pants ripped off him and fleeing in his briefs, and also Bianca coming out, which some people didn't like this. I enjoyed the shit out of Bianca coming out and just laughing back at Bailey and, you know, her wrecked set and all of that, like giving it back to her because Bianca's laugh isn't that annoying, terrible cringe laugh that we get from Bailey. And even though we had to endure that and Seth, like the payoff of this segment was worth it.
Nah, man, I'm spitting this.
What?
I'm swallowing Cesaro's part in this whole segment, but everything else I'm spitting. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't think it was good. Even
Really?
Bianca coming out, even Bianca's life, it wasn't bad. It's just like it just felt awkward. Like I just kind of put myself in the mode where it's like if I was watching this with someone else, like let's say like a friend or like a girl, and I have to sit here and like explain to her like why she's laughing and why this has happened. I feel like the only interesting part would be Cesaro kicking ass.
You literally only have to say, because I mean, Bianca showed, or I'm sorry, Bailey showed what happened with her and Bianca and why she was
Yeah.
laughing. Seth showed what happened with him and Cesaro, why they were laughing. So if the girl that you have over, after watching the 2 video packages, still can't comprehend the nuances of a wrestling feud, all you have to say is they don't like each other. And that's all you need.
I don't know. I kind of cringed watching it. I was watching it by myself, but like I kind of cringed a little bit, like the whole segment. So I didn't personally like it.
Okay. I mean, without that segment, we would not have gotten that awesome tweet that I sent out.
Yes. Yeah, that's the only good thing.
Okay. Are we swallowing anything else specifically from SmackDown?
No.
No.
You guys got any spits from SmackDown?
Fucking Baron Corbin and Nakamura. Why is it still happening? Like, just do fucking King of the Ring already, please.
I heard Vince laugh, but his screen froze, so I don't know if he. Oh nope, he's back.
Oh, there he is.
Hi, Vince.
Hola.
I've been here this whole time. It's just my internet.
No, we heard you laugh. Didn't see it. We heard it.
Now I'm really glad I brought you on because his internet's getting all janky. So
I know, and it's usually mine. It's crazy.
I know. I wonder what's going on.
I don't know. Maybe disconnect your phone from the Wi-Fi. No, I'm with you on that. I have been saying that this feud over the crown has been dragging out. It does not look like we're going to get King of the Ring. And if we are not going to get King of the Ring, there is no point to fucking do this anymore. I don't need a best of 5 match with the final match being for the King of the Ring crown if there's no King of the Ring tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Pisses me off.
Just make the fucking tournament. Have it both brands. Have Xavier Woods win because he should, and then that'll be the end of it. No more King Corbin. No more of this bullshit. And there we go.
Yeah, no, like I kind of feel like at this point you have to have Nakamura win because that's a little corrupt during the tournament. So
it is.
But I also
WWE's stupid. So
I understand wanting Xavier Woods to get his King of the Ring because that's all Xavier Woods wants. But
that's literally all the man wants. Just give it to him, please. Fuck.
They never give him anything he wants. He wanted to be the Black Power Ranger. They didn't give him that.
He got to be the no, he was the White Ranger. So yeah, I could see WWE be like, you can't be black, but you can be white.
No, I meant he wanted to be the Black Ranger in the live action Power Rangers movie that was released a few years back.
He did get to be a character in Gears of War, but they never put him in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
I like that Liv won, so I'm not really spitting this, but I do want to talk real quick about Carmella being the most beautiful woman in WWE. And I tweeted this out. I feel like Carmella is either bridging the gap between the current women's wrestlers that we have and the divas. She's leaning definitely farther into the divas category with her character work, or with the return of Eva Marie. Depending, like, I'm going to hold off to see how she does on Monday Night Raw and if she can actually perform. But with Eva Marie coming back, with Carmella playing this character, with them getting rid of legit wrestler like Ruby Riott, I feel like we're regressing or devolving back towards the Divas era. And that's, especially with the NWA Women's Pay-Per-View, like, that's not fucking cool, WWE. Like, we didn't do all this fucking work to get here for you to be like, well, you know what? Let's go back to 2-minute matches with no entrances.
I don't want to go ahead to that extreme and say that they're diverging back to the Divas era of things. I think there's a place for like those kind of wrestlers along with like in-ring tacticians like a Ruby Riott or like a Mickey James. I think there's like main rosters just going to have a balance and mixture of everything. I think there's still plenty of talent on the main roster to say that no, they're not going to go back there. Even just on SmackDown alone, you have Bailey, Bianca Belair, even Liv Morgan's still pretty solid. Natalia's still really good. Tamina's really good. Who else is on SmackDown actually? Technically, Mia Yim's on SmackDown. She's a really good wrestler. And Sasha
Mia
Banks,
Yim has not debuted on SmackDown. She does not count. And I also can't believe it took you this long to get to Sasha Banks.
I
Yeah.
was trying to get to everyone but Sasha because I was trying to get to everyone minus Sasha because if I close it off with Sasha, then who the fuck, nobody tops Sasha. So, but and then NXT too. NXT still has the best women's division in the entire planet.
I don't know if you were going to say what I think you were going to say, but if what just went through my head was what you were going to say.
No, I don't know.
Anyway,
I'm completely lost. No, I'm completely lost.
No, it's okay. Vincente,
No,
you stay in the dark, baby. You stay there. It's fine.
No. I don't like being here. I don't like
Oh,
being here.
shit.
Someone shine a light upon me. What the fuck? What I
Nah.
missed?
calm down,
No, you're
Alistair
fine.
Black. We'll knock on your door eventually. All right, so I'm with you, Vince. I've always believed that there are room for divas and women's wrestlers, and that both can exist in the same space. But I don't trust that WWE is going to do that. They are very much one or the other.
Mhm.
They're never really good at balance. You have 7 women on the SmackDown roster, 2 of which are women's tag team champions and are not singles competitors. So that leaves you with 5 women on the roster. Liv Morgan is not in a place to challenge Bianca. Bianca's already beaten Sasha. She's already beaten Bailey, so that leaves Carmella. That's it. And she beat Carmella. So basically, Bianca has beaten every singles woman on SmackDown. The only women she has not beaten singles competition are Liv Morgan and then the women's tag team champions. So there's not depth there. There's none. She's been champion since WrestleMania. So what, 3 months? And she's ran through the entire SmackDown roster, basically.
Well, there is no roster. That's
the problem.
Yeah.
That's the fucking problem.
You know who should be on there is Sonya Deville. Like, get her ass on the ring, man. That's what they should be doing. But
I've said this before. I love Sonya as, like, you know, Daddy DeVille, like, in power and everything. But, like, put her back in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she wants to be back in the ring or not. I'm assuming if she wanted to be back in the ring, she would be back in the ring. She left on her own accord. She came back in this position. I'm assuming this is where she wants to be. I'm hoping we get to see her again.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, SmackDown could use it, even if it's just until this supposed draft that happens. But I don't know. Like, she was good, and I hated that she left like that. But with all of the outside bullshit that was going on in her life, it makes sense why she left. And now she's back. So I get it. Just a little sad.
What's crazy is, like, yeah, Raw has a slightly deeper women's roster, but I don't even feel like there's anyone in NXT that's really ready to come up. Like, the only person would have been Io Shirai. And when we get to NXT, we'll talk about how she's now embroiled in a feud. So we're not going to see Io come up to face Bianca.
I'm actually glad that's not happening.
Yeah, well, can't have everything, Vince. Can't have everything.
Well, I had that. That's all I wanted.
SmackDown overall, spit or swallow?
Swallow SmackDown for sure.
Yeah, I'll swallow SmackDown.
If nothing
Same
else,
here.
For Roman Reigns in of itself.
So you just want to swallow Roman?
I always want to.
As most people do.
Yes.
Exactly. Who wouldn't?
You go on Twitter, everyone wants to swallow Roman.
I think everyone should swallow Roman at least once a week.
Where are we going next? AEW, NXT, or Raw?
Katie?
Let's just do AEW.
Okay. We kick it off with Christian Cage defeating Angelico. Hardy attacks Cage, gets run off by Jungle Boy. Then we got Cody and Brock Anderson, the son of Arn Anderson, will be taking on The Factory next week in a tag team match. QT interrupts the interview when Cody says that a go-go beat him to clarify that he got the pinfall on his own. QT wants Cody in front of a crowd in a strap match. And then again, to reiterate what I said on Twitter, the only time I've seen two men rip their belts off that fast, someone got tag team, but it was not a wrestling match. QT then whips Arn Anderson and gets tackled by Brock Anderson. I've got some thoughts on Brock Anderson that I don't know I really want to share, but he doesn't look like he's all there. Like, I don't know if it was he was shy because this was his first time on TV. He didn't know how to stand, first off. Like, he kept standing awkward with his hands on his hips, and he didn't look comfortable in front of TV. His face looked like he wasn't really comprehending what was going on. He didn't say anything. I don't know. Hopefully he finds some personality and some posture and shit. Because I was not like, that's not what I was expecting from Arn Anderson's son the first time he stepped in the ring. I was a little disappointed. Pac, Penta, and Kingston take on the Bucks and Cutler. It's an uneasy alliance. Gallows and Anderson cause a DQ. Then Kazarian comes out to make the save. Got a Pinnacle promo. MJF says he's not going to wrestle Jericho. Talk shit about Sammy. Then the Inner Circle pop up, smash the Pinnacle's limo with sledgehammers, and Hanger rams it with a forklift, destroying their car, so they have to walk home or call Uber. Darby begs Sting to stay home and let him have a handicap match, and Sting reluctantly agrees in what can only be described as an odd father-son relationship.
Yep.
We get an Evil Uno vid package to hype up Uno's loss to Miro. Andrade El Idolo has a vid package letting us know that he is the face of Latinos. So Vince, Andrade represents you. So says Andrade.
I'm okay with that.
Face of all Latinos. He is
a great face.
AEW.
Fantastic face. If he's representing all Latinos are winning.
Facts.
Kenny and Don excuse Tony so they can talk about conspiracy and then call out Jungle Boy. Says that Jungle Boy just doesn't have the balls that Kenny does. Jungle Boy answers the call and they brawl. We got a Mark Sterling and a Jade promo. Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky respond to Darby and then refer to themselves as the Men of the Year. And I really hope that's not their tag team name because that's fucking terrible. Archer defeats a jobber. I don't even know if I can say what I put in my notes here.
I don't even know what he said, but
I'm not going to. We get. I don't feel right saying it because it's Pride Month. All right, like I feel like I'm being wrong in referring to the Nick Namath or whatever the fuck, Baby Dolph and his group as Queer Eye for Orange Cassidy. Because they were talking about giving him a makeover, and if they didn't give him a makeover, they were going to fuck him up. Like that's exactly what I thought. There were 5 guys there that wanted to give Orange Cassidy a makeover, and the first thing that popped in my head was Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
Fair. It's fair enough.
Oh man,
I think it's funny.
Nyla defeated Layla Hirsch. Britt then sends a message to Nyla about how she is the greatest women's champion in AEW history. And Nyla's better off flipping burgers. And then I did not see the conclusion of this match because I did not give a fuck, and I will be spitting it. Paige and 10 versus Team Taz. Do you want to tell me what happened, if anything? Who won the match? Was anything special afterwards?
they drank beer together.
Ricky and Hook came out, and Ricky tried to do the same shit he did at Double or Nothing and throw the title to Cage to use it. And Cage threw it out. Ricky slapped the shit out of Cage. Cage kind of chased him away, so then it was basically a handicap match at that point. Also, it wasn't a DQ for the trios match. Cutler ate the pin. Good Brothers came out after. I double checked it because I was like, wait, I thought Cutler lost.
I looked away for half a second. When I looked back, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows were attacking people, and I was like, oh, that must have been a DQ.
I mean,
fair.
I mean, I don't
Fair
consider Brandon Cutler part of the roster, so if he takes a pin, it doesn't really count. So,
okay, true. Also, tonight wasn't live, was it?
I have no idea.
I don't think it is because Britt Baker's literally in Pittsburgh for the weekend.
Well, they recorded that vignette prior because they do that all the time where like Tony Schiavone will be in the ring and then he's backstage with someone and then he's on commentary and it's like, do you not have anyone else that can do this job? Like, is there no one else that can go in the back? And like, I understand having Tony for Britt because they have this weird fucking relationship that kind of creeps me out a little bit. Like he wears earrings. She's way too young for him. She flirts with him. He gets a little stiffy. I don't know what's going on. He's a married man. She's got Adam Cole, but the whole dynamic is fucking weird because he's an old pervert, like most men.
Sure.
You know, I know I normally do the swallows first, but I want to get the spit out of the way. I'm spitting page 10 and Team Taz, and it's really the only thing I'm spitting from the show because the rest was fine. I didn't have any problems with it, but here's why. I don't like that after Double or Nothing, we're still doing Adam Page versus Team Taz. I don't like that we have this awkward thing that we're doing where it's like you're on a first date and you're shy and you don't know if you should finger a girl or not. So you kind of dip your hand down her pants and then you pull it away and you rub her thigh because you're scared. That they're doing with Brian Cage, where he's not like, they've been doing it for months where he's not really with Team Taz, but he hasn't broken away from Team Taz. After Double or Nothing, when this episode of Dynamite came out, or even last week, we absolutely should have had Taz berating Cage for losing and Cage saying, fuck you guys. And I should be seeing Hobbs versus Cage for the FTW title. Like, that's what we should be doing. And Hangman Adam Page should be far away from this. Not to mention that I don't like that 10 from the Dark Order was Adam Page's tag team partner, but that's neither here nor there. We know how I feel about Adam Page and the Dark Order and their relationship. It's not right. He's a main eventer. Get him away from those clowns. Neither here nor there. I'm spitting that because I'm tired of fucking getting teased. Like, tired of them fucking just fucking rub the clit. Just fucking rub it. Stop dicking with me.
Wow. Matt really feels strongly about this subject.
Yes, he does.
Pissing me off. What are you guys swallowing from the show?
What do I want to swallow? That's a good question.
The Evil Uno Miro match.
Okay.
I also just like the fact that they're still trying to like keep it where like Dark Order's trying to get the TNT title back for Brody.
Yeah.
So like that's something that I'm always gonna love regardless. And Evil Uno's damn good and like doesn't get to show it a lot. So I liked that like we got to see Evil Uno in just a singles match because he's mainly tag teams with Stu Grayson, which is fine because they're a great tag team. But seeing Evil Uno get the shot at the title, it felt really good. It was a warm moment, I guess.
And I'm actually with you on that. Like, I don't mind the Dark Order existing.
Yeah.
I don't mind them doing their thing and trying to get the titles back. I just don't want them.
You
around
just don't like
Adam
Hangman.
Page.
That's understandable because Hangman needs to go after Kenny.
Thank you. Also, I hate every single one of you that suggested Aleister Black be the new leader or Braun Strowman be the new leader of the Dark Order.
Stop.
I haven't seen Braun, but I didn't we talk about the Aleister Black thing?
Dude, they need to fucking stop. Like, he is nothing like the Dark Order. Like, just because he is a dark character and their name is the Dark Order, they're the most happy, sunshine, fucked up family. Like, they are all comedy who, on occasion, like tonight, can prove that they can go in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
But like, they're the happiest fucking dark family in the world.
They also don't need a new fucking leader.
No, they don't.
Brody was the leader. Case in point. John Silver even tweeted, he was like, we don't fucking need a new leader, guys. Like, shut up.
And you know how long it took him to type that out with those tiny hands?
How fucking
really
dare
long.
you? Stop it. Stop it.
Oh man.
I wish my hands were that big. My dick would look huge in them.
I want to swallow the Andrade video package, the vignette. I thought that was very well done. They're really making Andrade look like a big star and someone that could be in the title picture. Of course he is. He's the face of Latinos.
He is.
I think it's just fucking great. I think it's fantastic. I've always been a big fan of Andrade, and I want all my Latinos to be up there, highlighted at the top of the card and showcase. So I'm really happy about him, and he's one of the reasons, him and Christian are two of the reasons why I'm more invested in AEW now than I was a few weeks back.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Also,
I know
also
you
Britt
said you've been
Baker.
watching and enjoying the show. Yeah, no, Britt Baker's great. I loved her promo. I'm swallowing that.
Always.
I wonder if Britt has been working with Adam on like working on her mic skills, because she wasn't this good in the mic before, and I feel like she's gracefully gotten better
I was
throughout
gonna say
time.
she's been fairly damn good for quite a
Ever
while
since
now.
she got like first injured and was in the wheelchair, she's been killing it with
Yeah,
promos.
that I'm talking about from when AEW started, or even before AEW.
Oh, I'm
'cause I
sure.
used to
I'm
watch her stuff.
sure she's working on her promos with Adam Cole. Like,
Yeah, man.
yeah, why wouldn't you?
Jeez, man. I know I wasn't on the show last week, but goddamn, Adam Cole destroyed Karrion Kross. I'm surprised Karrion Kross didn't cry after that. Jesus.
He probably did. Just off
Probably
camera.
did. He probably did. Didn't he ask camera the security people to get him out of here to make sure Adam Cole doesn't come back?
Something like that.
Something like that.
We're not on NXT. We're on AEW. What do you guys? Are you guys swallowing anything else from AEW?
That's about it for me.
Yeah. I'm fine with everything else. Everything else is okay.
Okay. What are we spitting from AEW outside of me spitting the main event and the fact that Angelico had a TV match? Because fuck Angelico and fuck Jack Evans, fuck TH2.
Man,
They're
fuck
the
Matt
most
Hardy. Like, I swear, like
worthless
I can't,
motherfuckers.
like, that's the one thing. Like, Matt Hardy came out, was trying to talk about how Christian Cage has always been jealous about Matt Hardy making more money than him. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. Christian went and won the NWA title over in Impact Wrestling. He was one of the main guys in Impact. Came back, was an ECW champion. He won the world title. What can you say? He's had a way better career than you, Matt. Shut up.
Damn. Tell me how you really feel, Vince.
The Jeff Hardy of Edge and Christian outdid you, Matt Hardy.
Exactly. Wait. I think that was an insult towards Christian. I don't know how to feel about that.
It wasn't an insult towards Christian. It was a backhanded insult towards Jeff Hardy.
Okay.
But
that I'm okay with.
I'm saying that Edge is the bigger star between him and Edge and Christian. No matter how much you like Christian or you like his in-ring work, Edge is the bigger star.
Definitely.
In my opinion, Matt Hardy was always a better Hardy boy, and Jeff Hardy was a one-trick pony who just fell off shit and people loved it. Kind of like Darby Allin, which I'm not necessarily spitting this promo. It was just fucking weird because
it was weird.
Acting like an emo teenager was like, Dad, I need to go out there and prove myself, and you have to let me do this. And things like, no, son, I love you and I'm proud of you, and you don't need to prove anything. And he's like, Dad, just let me fucking do this on my own. I'm gonna go listen to Fall Out Boy. Like,
I mean, that's Darby's kind of thing. He kind of gives off like emo vibes and shit, you know.
That's because he is.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. I didn't personally like it. I'm gonna spit also like a Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page's promo, because I don't know what's going on with this whole feud between all four of them, but I don't like any of it. I like Scorpio Sky and I love Ethan Page, and I think they could be doing something different, better as single stars, away from each other, away from Darby, away from Sting.
Okay.
Fair.
You guys spit anything else?
Not me.
No.
Overall, AEW spit or swallow?
Gargle this one.
I'm gonna swallow it. It was still a pretty damn good show.
I'm gonna gargle as well. I wasn't blown away by anything specifically other than the Inner Circle stuff was fun, which I do want to swallow, like them destroying the limo. Like,
oh yeah, I completely forgot that happened. Yeah, I want to swallow that too.
Fun. But other than that, like nothing really. And then, like you said, the Miro match was good, but like nothing really blew my skirt up, stood out like from this week where I'm gonna be like, what?
I love the way you say stuff.
You say it all nonchalant, like you didn't just say what you just said and expect us to just like move past it.
What is wrong with saying nothing blew my skirt up?
I don't think I've ever heard that like a conversation before. I loved it.
Really?
Heard it. I've
It
never
is
heard that.
absolutely a phrase.
I believe you. I just haven't heard it.
Yeah. I just haven't heard it, and I haven't heard
Okay.
it from you.
Okay.
Also,
I-
before we sign off, I want to spit everything Kenny Omega this week. I thought it was terrible. I thought his promo was bad.
Fair enough. I am
Okay.
a little disappointed. Like, I don't. Do either of you know how this match with Moose on Saturday is happening? Like, is it on Fight TV? Is it on Impact? Like, where can we watch it? Like, any info?
I have no idea.
They didn't
I have
plug it
no idea.
at all. Kenny Omega is defending the Impact and TNA Championship this Saturday against Moose, and they didn't say shit about it on the show.
They never do. They never say anything about like him on Impact or anything unless there's like, oh yeah, I have all of the titles.
It's
That's
fucking it is one of the things that drives me nuts. If you're going to have him go to other companies and grab shit, acknowledge the other companies. If he's going to have matches against people in other companies, fucking plug that shit.
Isn't he supposed to have a match with Andrade for the AAA title?
I mean, Andrade challenged him for that, but now that he's, from what my understanding, he is all elite. He is signed.
He is. Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to have that match or if it's going to lead to a program with him for the AEW title. So
yeah, because Andrade challenged him before he got signed, right?
I think AAA do want to get the title off of Kenny and put it on an actual Mexican. So I think Andrade would be a guy that they want. And from what I understand, Andrade is still signed with AAA, so he's still gonna work with AAA. So
I mean, a lot of the wrestlers they have like the will to go kind of wherever they want.
Yeah, John Moxley fucking goes and does death matches in GCW for shits and giggles. Like
that's true.
I think that's great, to be honest. Like I'm not a fan of them.
Then Matt Cardona pretends to be John Moxley and goes and does death matches in GCW, or probably is going to do a death match in GCW. Like,
he's going to do a death match.
Yeah. No. So gargle, swallow. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Yep. Where we go next? NXT or Raw?
NXT.
Yeah. Let's save the hard one for last.
Mm-hmm.
Oni defeats Austin Theory. Pete and Johnny can't help but fight at ringside and get tossed. LA Knight promo with two girls in his house. It's basically a PG stepdaughter porn trailer. He's in the fucking shower, and then there are just these women who apparently are his servants, which I don't know how I feel about that. And then they're like hanging out in a hot tub with him, and the whole time like he looks at least 10 years older than these women, if not 15. And the whole time I'm thinking like, this is your stepdaughter and her friend, and we are going to get somewhere. But wait, this is WWE, so this trailer is going to end before anything good happens. We got the return of Doc Hendricks, which, by the way, I heard he refused to revive this character for In Your House last year. Triple H tried to get him to do it, and he fought it. So now Michael P.S. Hayes has revived his character Doc Hendricks, which he did use around the time of the original In Your House pay-per-views, to plug In Your House, which is this Sunday. We got a Santos promo interrupted by Reed, who said that he squashed him last week, and then MSK provide backup. Legado leaves. We're going to get a 6-man tag team match. Winner takes all. Hit Row head to the ring as Legado's leaving and talk shit to MSK and Reed. Also, MSK and Reed have us watch a replay of Bronson Reed just squashing Santos Escobar like a bug from last week. Swerve defeats Killian Dane. Candice is really, really, really upset about Poppy. And Indigo's looking for Dexter, which does not fucking end well. We get a Cameron Grimes vignette where also he has girls, but they do not seem nearly as interested in him as LA Knight's stepdaughter did in him. Xia Li jumps Mercedes before her match, and then she squashes an enhancement talent. So apparently Xia didn't really do shit to her. We got a Breezango interview where they talk shit about Walter and Imperium. Because I guess despite Alexander Wolf being fired and jumped out of Imperium, that's still a thing. Ted DiBiase calls out LA Knight and Grimes for a big announcement, and at Takeover in Your House, we are going to get a ladder match for the $1 Million Championship, which Vince and I called very early on. We're not going to do predictions, but on this one, I do want to say my money is on LA Knight. I feel like he fits the $1 million championship mold a lot better than Cameron Grimes, and is going to look better with that title than Cameron Grimes will. I think they're going to put it on Knight. GYV defeat Gray and Jiro. Ciampa and Thatcher take seats ringside. GYV says they're done. Ciampa says you got to go through me, and next week we're getting a tornado tag team match. Candice calls out Poppy, but Poppy didn't come out alone. She brought out backup in the returning Io Shirai, and Candice was not happy about that. Ember versus Dakota Kai. Gonzalez attacks but gets left laying after she gets hit with an eclipse. Cross, Dunn, Cole, O'Reilly, and Gargano all brawl with Adam Cole standing tall at the end of it all.
Jesus, man, like,
what are we?
Which means he's not gonna win the title now. That's the cardinal rule. You never hold the title before the pay-per-view.
Jesus.
Kyle.
What are we swallowing?
I want to swallow the 2 vignettes from Grimes and LA Knight. I thought they were entertaining for what they were. They were fine. Whatever. I thought they were funny. They were what they were, man. I enjoyed
it. Was the worst part of this entire story they've told. They were stupid
I don't know.
and cheesy. They had women as servants. Again, it was like a PG porn trailer, and I was super disappointed because I've seen way better on Pornhub. There's no reason that with 2 women in the house, he should have been in that shower by himself. That's all I'm saying. So I'll be spitting that. Continue.
I'm also spitting it because it was fucking weird, but whatever.
Then the whole presentation, like the whole $1 million face-off with like LA Knight, Grimes, the presentation of the title, it being a ladder match, I thought that added more stakes to that match that I already had and made it, for me, one of the must-watch matches of this Sunday's pay-per-view.
And I think that's going to also help mask a little bit of LA Knight's in-ring stuff, it being a ladder match.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I'm for that. I'll swallow that with you. The presentation of the $1 million title, which you and I have been talking about for weeks, is something that needed to happen, was fucking awesome. The ladder looked dope because it's a special like $1 million ladder for the $1 million title, and that was the first thing they unveiled. I've enjoyed, outside of these 2 vignettes, the entire story leading up to this. I'm looking forward to what's going to happen after LA Knight wins the $1 million championship and see where Cameron Grimes goes. Maybe he'll come out with a Bitcoin title or like a Dogecoin title.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Honestly, like my
$1 billion champion.
My heart's with Cameron Grimes. I really want him to win that title. However, LA Knight would be a great choice to be $1 million champion. Like you said, Matt, it fits that role. I wouldn't be disappointed with either men winning, is what I'm trying to get at.
Okay, let me ask you, have you seen the $1 million title?
Yes.
Do you know every time Cameron Grimes takes that title on and off, how much body hair is going to be ripped off that man?
Maybe that's the goal, is to trim down on the body hair.
You think with his little spa day and his vignette, he might have got waxed for his match, but no.
Maybe. Hey, what if he shows up in your house with a completely waxed body?
That would be so fucking weird, dude. So weird. And please, God, don't give him an Otis and shave his beard off. Please, God, because I don't know how he would look without a beard, but I'm scared to find out.
No. I think
I don't look good without a beard.
Cameron Grimes, Trevor Lee has always been that kind of hairy guy. Like I said, these guys are going to kill it. I think this is going to be one of the better matches of the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even talk about it. One thing that I want to swallow, the saga of InDex, because Dexter Lumis presented Poppy with a picture that he drew. She gave him a hug, and then mid-hug, in comes Indy and finds Dexter hugging Poppy. And the look on both Regal's face and Triple H's face, along with Dexter Lumis's face, fucking priceless. Poor Dexter, poor Indy, just can't seem to get it together. And this also led to the promo from Candice about how Poppy's a home wrecker and all of the fun stuff that led to Io Shirai returning, which I'm also swallowing. So
I want to swallow that too, because Triple H was over here like acting like an idiot, not knowing how like technology works. I'm like, so you telling me with a click of a button, your new album would be it'll be out on everywhere, Spotify?
I didn't know that.
Really?
I didn't know you just go on your phone and push a button and your shit just drop. Like, I didn't know she had her album on. Like, I figured like producers and shit handled that. Like, maybe if she hit send and told them to drop it like that, I could see. But I didn't know like she could just drop an album from her fucking phone.
I mean, we technically can do that with the podcast.
You have to edit it and upload it, and Travis does it from a computer, not his phone. So, and I think it's more than just a click of a button, but neither here nor there.
Mine's a
I
few
didn't know that
clicks, but
I will say, are you guys familiar with Afro Man
Yes.
yeah.
and the song Colt 45?
Yes.
So
Not the song.
you don't know Colt 45?
What? You uncultured motherfucker. Everybody knows that goddamn song. I don't even smoke, and I listened to that when I was like 12. Come on, Vince.
Colt
The
45, two zigzags, baby, that's all we need.
We can go to the park after dark.
Smoke
I
that
only know
weed.
of Afro Man,
How?
and I know because I got high, and that's it.
Ah, you suck. Boo. Boo this man.
So anyway, they kept clipping the picture of Dexter hugging Poppy with that shocked look on his face. And I didn't want to post it on Twitter because I felt like I would get like somebody would take it out of context and I get backlash or whatever. But every time I saw that picture, the exact line from Colt 45 that popped into my head was, "She whooped out a dick that was bigger than mine." It was
Oh, didn't we talk about this?
he hugged her and like he felt it on his leg and he's like that's what I saw. Maybe I'm just fucked up.
I mean, you are, but that's why we love you.
Yeah.
It's okay.
The whole time I'm like, yeah, she whooped out a dick that was bigger than mine. Anyway,
Vince, that's your homework. You gotta go listen to that when
yeah,
this is
no.
over.
I will.
You are not allowed on the 200th episode unless you can at least sing me the chorus to Colt 45. I will kick you off the 200th episode.
I
You have
don't
a
like
week
to
to listen
sing,
to
man.
one song. A week to listen to
I don't
one
like
song.
sing.
Bro.
I don't-
You don't have to sing it. You just have to recite the chorus to one song,
Sing.
Vince.
Cool. 45, 26. I don't even, like I said, I don't even smoke. I've never smoked. Whatever. But I literally listened to that song a few weeks ago when I was driving around with my friend. We like had it blasting. Because that's like a song I listened to all the time as a kid. I shouldn't have, but you know, here we are.
Are we swallowing anything else from NXT? The GYV Champa shit, Ember v Kai.
That was all good. I want to swallow the whole like Delgado getting the winner takes all match. I thought that was great. I really hope they get all the titles, even though I love MSK. But
No, I'm rooting for them because MSK hasn't done shit as tag team champions. And I tried to tell you when they won the belts that it was too early and they shouldn't have done it. And it's going to be so much better because don't get me wrong, I love Bronson Reed. And shout out to all my South Australians. He's in my opinion, a transitional champion. There's not a whole lot for Bronson after this, but there's a lot for Legado. So
yeah. I mean, I wanted MSK to win just because I fucking love them, and I just wanted to win because I like them. I didn't care about the after effect.
But they've been shit champions, so get the belts off and put it on Legado where we can have some fun.
We can still have fun with MSK.
They're not though. Like they did one fun thing with Beth Phoenix one week where they ate popcorn. Like that was it.
Yeah,
that was fun.
That was the peak MSK, and they weren't even champions when that shit happened.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Are we spitting anything from NXT this week?
Karrion Kross. He's not hitting for me anymore. I think I tried. I like the entrance. I like the gimmick in theory and everything, but I was listening to the podcast last week. And I'm it's not hitting for me. It's not connecting, and I feel like they need to get the title off of him and put it on someone else.
When they were doing like the discount Triple H thing where he had like the jean jacket and he was just fucking people up, like that was fun. Shit kept doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know why we got away from that. And we put him in like a button up shirt and fucking pants, and why Scarlett's not talking for him anymore. Like you gave him a mic for some reason and then you gave him a mic again. Like stop doing that. Stop doing that. Let him be
they should have just
quiet, angry badass.
They should have just treated him like fucking Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't know.
I'm gonna spit the Breezango Walter shit because like
it was there.
Yeah, it was the worst part of the show. Are we spitting or swallowing NXT as a whole?
I'm gonna swallow it. I mean, I don't think I've ever.
I'm gonna
spat in an
gargle it.
episode. Gargle. Okay.
Ember Moon got retribution for the greatest women's wrestler on
There
the
we go.
NXT roster, Shotzi Blackheart, by hitting an eclipse and laying out the giant. And you're going to no, you can gargle undecidedly. That's fine.
I was gonna say, don't yell at me, Jesus.
I'm all like, I know she's not gonna win, but I am all for Ember winning this weekend. Like, I will not be mad if it happens. It's not going to, but
No.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, it's not going to, but
Go
we can dream.
avenge my Blackheart.
I like that. I like that. Well, I mean, it could happen if Dakota Kai turns on Gonzalez.
I
But
don't
feel like-
see that happening, and everyone keeps saying that. It's like they're
They
both
keep
still
saying it.
heels.
Yeah,
It
both-
may-
It's not
maybe-
gonna happen.
Maybe if Giant Gonzalez was turning babyface, yeah, possibly, but she's
it looked
not.
like they were turning babyface for a minute once they won the Dusty Classic, but man,
1
I don't
week.
know.
1 week.
Literally a week.
Yeah, literally a week, which is weird.
Not for WWE.
All right, so I have something special planned for you for the end of Raw, because a lot of people didn't like it. I personally did, but let's get into Monday Night Raw. We kick it off. There's a tag team battle royal. AJ comes out, discusses all of the competitors. Riddle babbles and then gets told to shut up. Miz and Morrison decide that even though, so this tag team battle royal, first off, only one half of the Lucha House Party is in it because the other half is injured. And then Morrison joins the tag team battle royal as one half of Miz and Morrison, even though he is injured. Viking Raiders win, thank God, because I really thought it was going to be fucking RK Bro, and I was going to be super upset.
Yeah, they're getting there, man. They're getting close to those titles. It's happening.
Stop it.
I'm gonna keep.
Bobby
there you go.
and the groupies are still celebrating. Like, just this is a nonstop party. And here's the thing: we do a contract signing later in the night where Drew comes out, and Drew brings out a really big sword, and Bobby brings out a party. And I'm trying to understand how I'm not supposed to be rooting for the man that brings the party over the man who plays with his sword. Like,
I mean, it's a big sword.
yeah, but he's the only one handling it. If
Fair.
Drew McIntyre had taken his sword and like handed it to the groupies and been like, "Here, check out my sword. You want to touch it?" Like, I might have been able to get behind Drew. But instead, he put it through a fucking table all angrily and then scared the girls. Like, who wants that guy at a party? Who wants the guy to come to the party? Okay, Vince, fine. Who wants to invite the guy to the party that's going to fucking put a sword through a table and ruin the vibe? Nobody.
Unless that's the vibe you're going for.
That's no one's vibe at a party, Vince.
Nobody's vibe.
Charlotte complains about losing to Nikki,
Keep
even
that
though
in mind.
technically she didn't lose, according to Travis. And then gets
didn't.
mad at Sonya and Adam. Rhea shows up, and they get forced into a can they coexist tag team match against Nikki and a partner of her choosing, which was going to be Asuka because there was really nobody else. Like, yeah, it could have been Naomi, but realistically, there was nobody else. Almost eats the victory turkey leg while AJ talks shit to the Viking Raiders. Elias talks shit about Riker. Riker tries to jump in from behind and botches it. And then their match ends by count out when Elias bails. And again, don't understand why I'm supposed to root for Riker in this match because he's angry that Elias doesn't want to be his friend. Drew and Bobby contract signing we talked about. Sheamus, who has got a busted face, and I'm sure Vince has a lot to say about what Berto did to
How dare
Sheamus's
they.
face.
How dare they? He was the face of America, damn it. And they ruined it and they fractured it.
Sheamus is out to watch Rico versus Berto. He is pissed. It ends up being a double count out, and then he's happy because nobody won. MVP was impressed by Kofi. This was probably the best part of the show was the interaction between Kofi and MVP, where he's like, "Bro, you let Kofi Mania die. Like, that was on you. I was for it. I loved it. Like, you let that shit die." And then Kofi got super offended. Doesn't like how MVP was speaking to him, which I also understand. Ali tells Mansoor that he's not ready for Gulak to fight dirty. Jeff Hardy defeats Cedric Alexander for some reason. Nikki and Asuka defeat Rhea and Charlotte. Gulak loses to Mansoor because apparently Mansoor was ready for Gulak anyway. We get more RK Bro nonsense that I didn't even take time to talk about. I just wrote RK Bro nonsense because fuck Matt Riddle. I think it was the trash can thing and whatever dumb shit they did.
Yeah.
Kofi defeats Riddle because he's dumb and doesn't listen. Randy told him to finish it, and he wanted to be extra, and extra got him kicked in the face, and it made me happy.
Mhm.
Shayna and Nia argue. Nia wants to help Shayna. Shayna is angry. Then we get the Alexis Playground, and this is where the IWC was probably the most divided on anything in Raw. As a horror movie fan and a fan of B horror movies and bad horror movies, I loved this because Shayna takes Lily and steps on her and throws her on the ground. Alexa attacks and throws some damn good punches on Shayna, gets tossed out of the ring. And then as Shayna is trying to leave, pyro is going off. She's basically chased into a locker room. And then when she gets in there, the doll is in there and the doll is haunting her. And she can see the doll in the mirror and all of these things that everyone's like, oh, this is cheesy. This is stupid. This is fucking horror movies. Like, it was a B horror movie. And
Yeah, it was
as
an indie
a
horror movie.
B horror movie fan, I fucking loved it. Everyone else seemed to hate it. I don't give a fuck.
I didn't care for it. I didn't hate it, but I wasn't like into it. The one way I'd be very into it is if next week she comes out like possessed or something by Lily or whatever. That's like, if you're gonna be ridiculous, lean into the ridiculousness of it. But
keep talking.
But I can't talk while this shit's playing.
Why? This should have been playing during the whole segment. It would have made it so much better.
You know what? You know how you were able to get someone to go and play the Godfather's theme with Lashley's entrance? See if someone can play this with the whole like segment. If we're able to do that.
I don't know how much of that I can play without Travis getting I already did the Chameleonaire thing, so like I don't want to get I don't want to get a strike on YouTube and have them cut our audio out. So
too late.
Yeah, probably too late. But like that would have been perfect to play during that. Like Ash Nico, Halloweeny 3.
Matt loves Ash Nico.
I do.
I don't know, man. It was what it was. Like, the segment was what it was.
Are you spitting anything or swallowing anything from Monday Night Raw? I mean, I'm swallowing the Alexa shit because, like I said, I loved it. But anything else?
I'm gonna go ahead and swallow the Kofi MVP interaction. Just that alone was like the best thing on Raw, and two, that just kind of reinforced the belief that Kofi should have won that match last week, because the story between Kofi versus Bobby Lashley and MVP would have been way better than whatever the fuck they're gonna do with Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley. It's getting to the point where it feels like Shinsuke versus Nakamura. I mean, Shinsuke versus Corbin. What the fuck?
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
We should title I was gonna say we should title the show Shinsuke versus Nakamura.
You should. Please.
And use Dexter Lumis's face like blown up. His facial reaction with Triple H.
Wasn't that that is the picture that you were petitioning to be the
Yes.
I will send that to Travis. I will think of a clever name that involves Dexter Lumis for our title, so Travis uses that. But I also feel like both the Shayna Baszler thing and the Cesaro Seth Rollins door opening are all good options for.
You have a lot of good options for a thumbnail this week.
Yes, so we'll see.
If I was doing a podcast, I would know, but here we
are. Well, we'll talk more about how you don't podcast anymore. Don't worry about that. Nikki and Rhea, or Nikki and Asuka beating Rhea and Charlotte. Like, Nikki got to win.
I mean, we stand Nikki Cross, but I'm spitting the fucking coexisting bullshit they have been doing the entire, like, ever since the pandemic started, at least. They've been doing this whole bullshit where the women's champ and the number one contender for her title have to try and coexist and be forced in tag teams.
And Bianca. Who else did they do this with? I feel like
they've done it with everybody.
They did it with Oscar and Charlotte at one point,
Mhm.
and then afterwards they became a tag
Rhea and
team.
Asuka,
Rhea and Oscar, Rhea and Charlotte. Just
Bianca
basically,
and Sasha.
I just said that.
They've whatever. I'm just saying they constantly are doing it, and it's fucking stupid, and they don't need to
Yeah.
do it anymore. It's
Yeah,
the one thing.
WWE has that fucking. They just like to do like. Remember when like for 3 or 4 weeks or whatever we were getting like a 2 out of 3 falls match every show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one thing. It's gonna constantly piss me off because it doesn't need to happen. Like we get it. They don't like each other. Don't try and force them in a fucking tag team just because you want to see them brawl.
hmm
Okay.
They forced Rey Mysterio and Roman Reigns into a Hell in a Cell because that's the pay-per-view.
which is
I mean-
so dumb. I hate how
That's
they
true.
have to set up 2 or 3 Hell in a Cells just because the pay per view is Hell in a Cell. Just give us Hell in a Cells at other pay per views. I just want to
Not to go back to SmackDown, but real quick, has Rey Mysterio ever been in a Hell in a Cell match, or is this his first?
You tweeted this, and I don't. I'll look it up. I'll look it
I
up.
feel like he has been in the Hell in a Cell. It might be Elimination
don't-
Chamber that I'm thinking of, but I
I don't
can't recall.
Are we swallowing anything else from Raw?
Nope.
Are we spitting anything from Raw?
I'm gonna spit the ending segment. I didn't care for it, but I'm still spitting it.
I'm also going to spit RK Bro.
Mhm.
that
Just
was
for
that
for
was
that,
for
I'm
you?
swallowing RK Bro.
Okay. Now you're definitely getting muted. Now
Mute
you're
him
gonna stay
again.
muted.
Mute him again.
I'm spitting RK Bro. Vince, you are fully in your right to not enjoy the nuance and great storytelling that was the end of the show. I understand that it takes a certain level of intelligence to enjoy something that we saw like the end of that show. So
Stop stealing Travis's lines. That's what he says about The Office.
exactly, and it's true in both cases. So why would I not apply it here?
No. Disagree.
Anyway,
Disagree.
I'm spitting everything RK Bro because fuck Matt Riddle. I'm also going to spit Jeff Hardy getting a win over Cedric, because why did we have all of this happen with Shelton and Cedric for Cedric to take the pin to fucking Jeff Hardy, who has done nothing but been on main event? Like, the fuck?
Exactly.
What's the point?
Spit everything Elias Jackson Riker related.
Yes.
Yep.
Facts. True.
I don't really want to talk about it. Just wanted to make sure people know I wanted to spit it.
I'll swallow Viking Raiders winning because thank God it wasn't RK Bro. And hey, good for Viking Raiders. They're back in
Yeah,
the
good for Kyle and Kevin for getting a win. Good for
Yeah,
them.
right. Exactly.
Colin Kevin.
Tell me I'm wrong. You can't.
It's there.
It's
there.
they're literally. It's literally Kyle and Kevin.
Ironic.
It's there like the
No.
penis in my background that finally got moved.
Finally, somebody touched that penis.
We spitting or swallowing Raw, unless you guys got anything else you want to spit, because I feel like we could spit the majority of the show.
I'm spitting the show.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, we're spitting Raw. All right. So we
That'd be
spit
fun.
Raw. Favorite show of the week?
NXT, probably for me. Between the Legado stuff, between the Ember Raquel match, between the Dexter stuff, the $1 Million Championship stuff, and the main event, Adam Cole just wrecking everyone and murdering them on the mic.
He didn't really wreck everyone. He wrecked Karrion Kross at the end after Kross wrecked everyone, but
That's what I meant. But he did wreck everybody the week prior.
but we're not talking about last week. We're not swallowing or spitting last week. We're spitting or swallowing this week.
Everything that Adam Cole did, the whole closing segment, Adam Cole like made that segment amazing. Like I thought the whole show was like swallow worthy.
Katie, favorite show of the week?
I'm gonna say Dynamite. Just because I don't know. I felt like there was a lot more I liked on this show compared to everything else. I mean, there was a lot of good stuff on, besides Raw, because Raw's trash 90% of the time. But there was good stuff on every show. I personally liked a lot more stuff on Dynamite this week.
And I'm going to say SmackDown because I don't want to have to, choose between the two of you, even though I would choose NXT because I think NXT was the better show over Dynamite. But
It's fair.
overall, Roman Reigns and the Usos is the best thing going in wrestling right now. So
Definitely.
And they had a lot of good filler. They only had one bad thing on SmackDown. And yeah, so
Fair.
I'm going to go SmackDown.
Yeah.
All right. Katie,
Yes.
I guess you could tell us where we can find you on Twitter until the She Elite showcase comes, if that ever happens, and if you ever, aren't just guest hosting on a podcast again.
I miss podcasting. I literally told this to Kyle. I went from doing at least 3 shows a week to none on the drop of a dime. It's killing me.
And now you're here.
And now I'm here. And I'll probably be on next week. So it's something. What, Vince?
No, nothing. I was like, yeah, you always have a home here. Like whenever you want to come on, by all means.
Oh, thank you, Vince.
If she ever decided to leave, she would have to bring Savannah with her. I'm not doing a 4-person show. She'd end up over at YK Wrestling.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
I was gonna say Reek has dibs, so
He does.
He's been scouting her for a while.
No,
now.
I meant like I wasn't trying to recruit her or finesse her away from
You said you always have a home here. That's exactly what that means, Vince.
That's finessing. All right, Bruno Mars, calm down.
Okay. All right. I was just saying you're free to come over and do a podcast with us whenever you want.
And even if he didn't say that, it's my call. So
Doesn't say it. I listen to Matt, not you. Sorry, Vince.
I have some say. Doesn't mean it gets listened to.
Very minuscule.
now when you say dumb shit like I'm swallowing RK Bro and spitting electric.
And you get muted.
Why is it that Travis doesn't get muted for liking it, but I get muted for
Travis almost got muted for liking it.
I was mad
right
that he
there.
didn't get. I'm mad that he didn't get muted. I felt like there was.
He almost did.
There.
I could sense it.
He actually gave a concise reason as to why he liked it and also admitted that he understands why I hate it. Whereas you just said, I'm going to like RK Bro because fuck you for muting me. So that's how that
true.
went, Vince.
Today. But overall, I have liked the progression. I've actually been enjoying it, but I know why you don't like it.
Me and again. Oh yeah, so you can find me on Twitter at KatieRasslin13. It's WRASSLIN. I don't tweet often, but I do occasionally. I guess you can still follow the show on Twitter at SmackDrawPod, YouTube.com/SmackDrawPodcast. We're on a hiatus.
It's going through its emo phase where it blanks out every the profile picture.
Listen, that wasn't my idea. Clearly, we're going through a revamp.
Going through a Darby Allin phase.
Yeah, we're going through me in high school, basically. And we'll be back soon. I say this every time I come on a podcast. We'll be back soon.
What comes back first, Smack Raw podcast or the debut of Dungeons After Dark? That's the question.
Probably that. At this fucking rate.
I was gonna say Smack Raw podcast will be back far before Dungeons After Dark makes its debut officially, and far before that Dragon Ball podcast that you guys just can't get your shit together to do ever happens.
I'm sorry.
I'm not involved in that one. It's not me. Or before the 4 shows end up doing the super show, but
yeah, it's not gonna happen.
It's kind of fucking happen. It's my mission now. I'm not doing anything else. I need the super show to happen.
I'm mostly free at this time of night, any night. You just tell me when. It's fucking Justin's either not free or Reek's not free. Like, that's not on me. Tell them to get better jobs.
It's all Reek's fault always. I'll just blame him. It's fine.
He's so salty after this episode between us giving him shit in the beginning and now at the end.
Yeah, it's fine.
Anything else you want to plug?
No.
Okay. Vince.
As always, you guys can follow me on all social media platforms at SES Vince. You can follow the show on Instagram and Twitter at Smackin Raw Pod. Go ahead and check that out. Matt does some great work over at Matt Ritter on Twitter and gives me content for the Instagram.
What about Facebook?
What about Facebook? You do no. What about
No, keep
Facebook?
going, Vince.
No.
When are you gonna get this down?
I refuse
follow
to.
me at Matt Ritter. That is at MATTRIDDER on Twitter, not Instagram. Go check out Smackin Raw Pod on Instagram. Also, you can check out at Smackin Raw Pod on Twitter. Still trying to get those numbers up. I'm only sitting at like 172 because you guys just
You gotta get the numbers like we get them over on Pornhub.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here in a second. Vince, stop distracting me. Also, go follow The Creation World. That is at THECREATIA World on Twitter and Instagram. Also, Creation World on Facebook at facebook.com/Creation World. Also, you guys can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/Smackin' It Raw. And if you are into the DCCW universe, we have a group over on Facebook, facebook.com/group/Super Flash Year of Tomorrow. Mara and Travis are still doing that podcast. So everywhere you guys find this podcast, you guys can go look up Super Flash Year of Tomorrow and go check that out if you're into it. And Creation World's got a bunch of other shit. Like we have Game of Thrones podcast that if you ever want to do a rewatch, you can listen to that and go back through that. Creation Conversation. You guys can check us out on Twitch, twitch.tv/Creation World, where Kobe Pointer, Travis's little nephew, is apparently killing it over there in some first-person shooters. So go check that out as well. Now, for the business at hand, next week is our 200th episode. As I said at the beginning of the episode, not only is it our 200th episode, but it's basically our 4-year anniversary. We are going to throw a party. We will probably talk about wrestling, but it's not going to be in this format. I'm inviting the majority of the podcasters that we have had the privilege to work with over the last year and a half to come on and celebrate how awesome I've been for the last 4 years, and also give Vince and Travis a pat on the back for, best supporting characters. We're going to throw a fucking party. It's going to be fun. Should be entertaining as all hell. So please check that out. We'll also be celebrating the fact that despite our low YouTube numbers, because you guys have not gone to Linktree, that is linktr.ee/Creation World, clicked on the YouTube and then click to subscribe like I've been asking for, I don't know, a year now. And all I want you to do is subscribe. Like, you don't have to do the extra shit Vince was asking you to do. Just go subscribe.
No, I stopped asking.
Yeah, I know.
Much. Just subscribe.
Over on Pornhub, we have officially 6.1 thousand fucking views. And to me, that is the coolest thing because Pornhub is my baby. Vince may call himself Pornhub Poppy, but I am the father of wrestling podcasts on Pornhub. This was all my idea, and I think it is fucking dope. So thank you guys for the support over there. Thank you to our 18 subscribers who thought it would be a great idea to not look at porn and watch me and Vince or me and Travis talk wrestling along with all of our great guest hosts. So we do appreciate that, guys. Come check us out next week for the 200th episode. I think it's going to be a lot of fucking fun.
Yeah.
You guys got to
bang that one out.
You're on the couch, on that casting couch behind you.
Casting couch, yeah. That's actually where I'm gonna record the 200th episode. So I'm gonna put on the coffee table and I'm actually sit on my casting couch for next week.
All right.
With the white walls and everything, it'll be perfect.
Gross.
It's the dream, man. It's the dream.
Just don't turn the black light on. I don't want to see how dirty that couch is.
Yeah, I don't either. No, thank you.
For Pornhub Poppy, Daddy Delgado, my co-host Vince.
Man.
And for
Cool
Katie baby. I won't.
Can we dub her Cool Katie? Can we give her another nickname?
No, I don't know. I don't want Cool Katie. That one's stupid. The boo, vetoed. You don't. Nope.
I enjoyed Kinder Caretaker. I thought that was a good one.
That was a new one. That caught me off guard. I liked it.
Yeah.
So, for Daddy Delgado, for Katie baby, I am the Warden Matt Ritter. This has been episode 199 of the Smackin' It Raw podcast, the #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Bye.